Hello everyone. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Just going to share the link in the Facebook group, which is the new Leaf Design Knitting and Crochet Crew. If you haven't joined that one and you are on Facebook, then do feel free to join. And today we are starting a new make-along for a cardigan. So I'll be telling you all about that. If you want to join it right from the start, go ahead and grab your yarn, any yarn that you have enough of to make into a cardigan. And a matching crochet hook. Let's see. Right. I'll just share it on Instagram now. There we go. All right, hi everyone. How's everyone doing? Good morning. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Miranda. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Minnie. Hello. Hello, hello. Right, everything's set up. I still can't play music for myself because I forgot to look at it, so I can't open it yet for myself. But do let me know if the music you're hearing, if the volume is okay, if it needs to go up or down. Please do let me know. Yeah, last Tuesday we had. I crocheted a little sunflower as sort of a palette cleanser. The pattern is up on my website. It's called Sunflower DIY. I've added it to my Ravelry designer page as well. I did forget to add the link to the video description of last Tuesday, so yeah, I need to not forget to do that afterwards. And I blocked it and it's looking very nice. I do want to add like a bit of fiber fill, like a bit of, like, I want to say stuffing, but I don't know if you say that now. I just think of turkeys and I think of stuffing. So, just some fiber felt, doesn't matter. And then some fabric or felt, because it's a little too drapey for what I want. I want to make a couple and then add onto a wreath to hang onto the door. So yeah. Hi Natasha, good morning. Hello Annalena. Chris says, everything okay? Yes, everything's okay here with you as well. Oh, maybe that was already the answer to the question, sorry. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better today than I was on Tuesday. So that's nice. Yeah, I wonder if I can add it to Cardigan. Right. And yesterday I posted the new Patreon exclusive workshop dates. I meant to do that on Tuesday, but then things got in the way, so I only got to do that yesterday. So on Patreon I am doing a Patreon exclusive workshop each month. We had the very first one this month in May. I think it was May 1st, and we had a little introduction to cable knitting. And for the next 2 months I am delving deeper into cables. So this was the one that we did during the May workshop, and the workshop replay is still available until June 4th on the Patreon page. So if you join, even if you join on the free trial, which you get 7 days for free, even if you join on the free trial, you get access to that. And the June workshop will be on June 12th. Am I saying that correctly? It's a Wednesday. Yes, June 12th. And we'll be checking out braided cables and also ribbed cables. And I don't have that swatch. Well, I have a whole sweater with ribbed cables. It's in the other room, but you'll have to take my word for it. It's pretty cool. And I really should have made this swatch longer so you can see the effect better. But braided cables are really, really cool. And it just adds a little bit extra than a standard cable, but they are actually it's actually no more difficult, you know? And then for the July workshop, which is July 10th, also a Wednesday, I'm keeping them on Wednesdays for now, but I'm playing around with times. So do check the times for each of those. The one in June is from 3 to 5 p.m. UK time, and the second one is from 1 to 3 p.m. UK time. So the July 1 and July 10th, we're gonna look at horseshoe cables, and you can see they kind of flow out in like maybe like a V shape or a chevron. Yeah, they are called horseshoe cables. Really, really nice. Also really easy to do. I really like this one because it is symmetrical. So it's also really nice to add this in the middle of a sweater. You know, you can add just regular cables to a sweater, but if you have a cable on each side, then this one is very nice to add in the middle. Natasha says the Yggdrasil sweater has that horseshoe cable. Oh, nice! So you already know this one. That's cool. Miranda says, I'm looking forward to the workshops, more cable knitting. Yay! So glad to have you there. And then in the July workshop, we're also we're looking at the horseshoe cable and also at the medallion cable. And so this is it's kind of like a honeycomb, but not really. No, honeycomb is different. Okay, so the medallion, and with medallion cables there's this little open space in the center of a cable, and in this one it's just stockinette in the middle, but you also have medallion cables where there are pearl stitches in the middle or a moss stitch, you know, and these are really tiny, but you can make them really large and then fill it up with all kinds of stitch patterns, which is really fun. And again, this is a nice symmetrical cable, very nice to add in the middle of a sweater, in the middle of like a sock. Really nice. So those are the workshop cable types that we will cover, and I am looking for different different knitting techniques for the August workshop and onwards. I am thinking about that. It could be brioche, it could be something fun like knitting these little sheep. If you have any suggestions or wishes for that, please do let me know. I'm always happy to hear what you all like. So today, it's very Scottish weather outside, so it's very cloudy. It has been raining, so that means I get really good lighting in here. Cloudy weather is the perfect photography and filming weather. So today I have dug out these balls of yarn. These are from my own hand-dyed stash. I dyed these a couple years ago. And the yarn is a DK weight, 50% Rami and 50% wool. Yeah, so it's half and half plant fiber and animal fiber. And it's 2-ply. It's a very nice texture. And I had a couple skeins of this and I thought, why not use that for this cardigan? And yeah, the colors are really nice, aren't they? I really like the yellow in there as well. So I have 3 pink skeins. They're all a bit different. Well, maybe these are the same. No, they're still different. They're all a bit different. So 3 pink skeins and 4 other colors. So I'm thinking I want to do stripes. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do 1 pink stripe and then 1 other color stripe. So that I won't be left with a whole lot of pink yarn, you know? Yeah. But I might mix it up once in a while because I do have 4 skeins of this and 3 skeins of this. So yeah, we will see. And we're making this cardigan, which I've named the Cruise Cardigan, because I made it with my cruise friends. And for this one, I just I started each row in the same on the same edge, and I worked in the back loop, which is something that I really like to do. You can really see it on the arms. See, it's all in the back loop, all double crochets, and I really like that. But it did mean that for each row I had to weave in 2 ends, even though it's all the same color. But yeah, each row I cut the yarn and then I started on the other side. This for this cardigan I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go back and forth. But you know, since it's striped, I will still have a lot of ends to weave in, but that is fine. Hi Lola, hello. Let's see. Miranda says, I was thinking about suggesting brioche or maybe lace. Yeah, so yeah, I was thinking about brioche as well for the August or September workshop. I mean, I'll do a brioche workshop, I think, for one of the upcoming months, because I've been working on some brioche patterns. I really like it. Again, it's something that looks very difficult. It is not as difficult as it seems. What's difficult about brioche is fixing brioche, you know, if you drop a stitch or something. So yeah, and yeah, that is quite difficult. so I might do some lace workshops first, or who knows? I might, I don't know. We will see. So much love for the colors, yay! Chris says, I'm using 2 colors with tencel bamboo to make a striped cardigan. Oh, I love that. That's going to be a really nice summery cardigan. Natasha is just, we'll just keep knitting on her shawl pattern. Very good. Annalena has 3 blue-green different skeins I'm using. It's fingering yarn though. Oh, that's very nice. If you're not looking forward to using fingering weight yarn, like if it's too, you know, some people, they don't like using very thin needles, so you could use a slightly larger needle size to make it a little bit more flowy. I also used fingering weight yarn for this one. This is Scapies Metropolis, no surprise there. I love this yarn. And oh, I don't remember. I think I used about 500 grams. No, that's not true. I used 5 balls, I think, but they're all 50 grams. So 300 grams of fingering weight yarn should be enough. Yeah, because let me know what your doubts are, because you say it's fingering yarn though, so I hear some negative thoughts there. So let me know if that's about not wanting to use a small needle, or about perhaps playing yarn chicken. If you're worried about running out of yarn, then you can also go for some rows where you do 1 double crochet, 1 chain stitch, and then skip 1 stitch, and then do, you know, just do a little eyelet row. Yeah, my mom did that for hers. I forgot to look up a better picture of my mom's cardigan. Let's see if I can find it real quick, because she used some beautiful mohair. We got that in, oh, I don't think, oh, there it is. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, my mom. And her cardigan. And if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see that in the bright pink stripes on the body, she used some eyelet rows, you know? So that's really cool. Because you're using DK, and also because of the yardage, if that is enough. Yeah, so I did this in fingering weight yarn before. I'm now doing DK, so I probably have way too much yarn. But this is all of this yarn type that I had, and I thought, well, why not? So yeah, and it also the yardage really depends on how long you're going to make the cardigan, because we're going to start with a foundation crochet row and lay it alongside our neck and down. I'm gonna get it up for you. So I'm quite short, but I made this cardigan full length for me, so it kind of hits my, well, just goes over the hip bone, you know. It would just go over the waistband of the jeans, right? But this is where we start. So yeah, I mean, it's difficult to know beforehand. Yeah, that's the thing with this pattern. You might run out of yarn, but you know, if you're comfortable adding some yarn as you go, or you know, adding stripes of a different color, or maybe I made the sleeves quite wide. You can also make them a little bit more snug. You can make the sleeves shorter. You can add eyelets. That's one of the ways, or that's a couple of methods you can use to extend your yardage, you know. I'm sure we'll find more yarn if needed. Yeah, 3 skeins each, 400 meters. Yeah, so fingering weight. Yeah. I am wondering, because people often say like, oh, for crochet you need way more yarn than for knitting, but I think that is if you compare single crochet to stockinette. Garter stitch actually uses more yarn than single crochet, and double crochet is lengthened. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know 100% sure, so I'm just winging it. Yeah. Let's see, do I have enough battery on my phone? I think I do. Yeah. So we are first going to do foundation double crochet, and I will be using just US crochet terms throughout, even though I live in the UK right now, but yeah, I just I've always used US crochet terminology, so I hope that isn't too confusing. There we go. I really need to do my nails, because I got some new nail stickers, and I really yeah. I want to do a new manicure. Okay, so I'm just starting. Should I start with one of the pinks? No, I'm starting with this one, because I think this one looks nicer next to my face. Right. Oh, I will just quickly share how the construction is going to work, because I think you might be a bit because I think that might be helpful. Right, so we will start with one row, And that row, hi Marianne, goedemorgen. And this row will just be a straight row, right? And then you hang it around your neck. So that's why I'm putting a corner in that. Then after you are happy with the length, then you pick 2 points at your shoulder. So these points, and that's where we will increase. And then, you know, we will go in rows and then go back, and we will increase on each row. So you get something like this. And you continue until you reach kind of the end of your shoulder, right? That's where you end your increases, right? That's when we only continue on this part in between the increases, and we just make a whole big panel like that. Right? And if you think this looks familiar, then you might have seen my crochet rabbit hole cardigan before, which is the same kind of pattern with granny stripe stitch. So after we've done the U shape and then we've continued this part, we now have the front and back panel of our cardigan, right? And then you attach here and make the sleeves from there. And then you do the same on the other side, right? So then you have the sleeves. And then all that's left is seaming up the edges. And I do want to say something about this in advance, because if you have a very slim shape, you can just sew it together. But if you're shaped like me, then I added some rows in here. I think I might have done that before I added the sleeves. Yeah. Yeah, I did that before I added the sleeves. So, oops, I ripped my cardigan. So before I did the sleeves, I added a panel here, right? And because if I didn't do that, then if I would wear the cardigan, it would go like this, right? Because it wouldn't cover up my belly. So that's the construction of this cardigan, but we'll just start very easy with the foundation crochet row going around our neck. So taking my yarn, crochet hook, hope I have the right size. Let's see, 4 millimeter. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I haven't started yet, I'm just testing the hook size. Yeah, it's probably good enough. It always feels very loose to me. Oh, this is a terrible crochet hook. It has, can you see that it has just, it has these brown flecks on it? So it feels very rough. So I shouldn't use that anymore. Okay, I'm just gonna use the 4mm. Okay. And now. Foundation, double crochet. We start with, oh, do we start with 3 or 4? I think we might start with 4. Foundation, double crochet. And now one pattern says chain 2. Oh, this might be UK English. Yeah, okay. So you chain the regular number plus 1. So that means 4 chain stitches, 4 double crochets. I'll zoom in a little bit. Right. And for foundation double crochet, we do a yarn over, we insert into the very first chain stitch, wrap our yarn around and pull up a loop, and then do another chain stitch, and then complete the double crochet. Okay. And while I'm doing this, I'm pulling on this foundation double crochet because I don't want it to be too tight. So yarn over, insert into this chain now, the chain that is below your double crochet, insert into that, pulling up a loop, and now we're making the chain to go under our double crochet. So we're chaining 1, and then we're doing the double crochet. And how do I say this? It kind of feels like you're doing an extra step to a normal double crochet, which is also exactly what it is, because you would usually just do the double crochet from here, right? But if you don't do that extra step, then you're just going in a corner. I'm just going to undo this quickly now because otherwise it'll be too loose. Right, so we wrap a yarn around, insert it into the chain, wrap our yarn around, pull up a loop, then chain one, then complete the double crochet. And I'm just going to be continuing this until I get a long enough row. So I'll be going a bit faster, but do let me know if I should show you one more time. And it does kind of, yeah, it does kind of give you, well, for me at least, it gives me these eyelets at the bottom. So what I do, I had my foundation row here, and then I went in the other direction and also crocheted, you know, I crocheted on the other side of that row as well when the whole cardigan was finished, just to give it a nice edge. I realized that I might have done something different when I first made this cardigan. I think instead of just picking up this loop, I think I might have used both of these. Let's see how that looks. It is a bit more difficult to do. Oh yeah, I definitely did that. Oh, sorry, I should have realized that from the beginning. So you can see that this part looks neater than this part. Sorry about that. Should have realized that earlier. But you know, in both cases, I would crochet on the other side as well to cover it up. Yeah, so I would insert here and under this one. So if you've already done a bit of your foundation row, maybe just try out a few of these and then see if you like the difference enough to start over. And then while I'm making the double crochet, again, I'm just holding this chain stitch here, because for me that really helps keeping it in a nice shape. Then I have another piece of advice. If you're making your foundation row and you're noticing that this side is longer than this side, so if you're, the foundation side, if that's a little bit like this, then what you want to do is pull more on the chain stitch. So we're grabbing the yarn, pulling up a loop, and now the chain stitch. You don't want to make that one too small because that can get it to curve like that. The chat is so quiet. Let me know if everything is okay. Oh, okay, just concentrating. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought, but who knows? I might have been offline for 10 minutes and not knowing. And this pattern, because it's so easy to adapt the size, you can even make it for your kids or your grandkids or their toys, if you want to make a little cardigan for the teddy bear or even a Barbie doll. Marianne is working on a baby quilt from a brand new niece. Oh, she was born last Friday with 34 weeks. Oh, everything is going great. Oh, that's so good to hear. Yeah, 34 weeks. Well, it's, it's a bit early, but it's good to hear that everything is going good. My sister-in-law is still very pregnant. She is 41 weeks. Yeah. She says she was 41 plus 3 today. Yeah, because Monday was 41 weeks on the dot, and then Tuesday was 1, Wednesday was 2, 3. Yeah, so she's 41 weeks and 3 days today. The doctor said the baby would happily stay in there for another 3 days, but yeah, who knows? It might happen today. Yeah, and I'm thinking about it and I'm worrying. Let me just check my messages. No messages yet. Because she was at the hospital for a checkup. Ivana, how are you? What's the weather like in Sweden today? What? A lot of sun and warm, that's nice. Yeah, we had great weather here for the past 2 weeks. So my parents were very lucky when they visited. Um, it was really like so warm and sunny that we had to wear sunscreen. I mean, I know I should wear sunscreen every day. I do wear it every day since then. But today it is very gray and rainy. But it's nice. I've seen so many birds today hopping on the grass, finding worms. And I've just started my cardigan, the cruise cardigan, and a couple of people are crocheting along. And we're starting with some foundation double crochets for the cardigan to go around our necks, and then yeah. I had my little sample here, but I ripped it. So we are starting with the foundation row, which is here, and then we're going around and increasing here and here, going around until it measures the widest point of your shoulders, and then we're just continuing on this part, which then becomes the back. Yeah, I know you mean crochet. Yeah. You know, I have been thinking of making this into a knitting pattern. I think it would not be super difficult to do, so, but it'll probably be a while. So what are you making now, Ivana? I've been seeing lots of summer knitted summer tops, and I really want to knit a top as well. He started a new summer knus. Let me look that up. Summer knus. By Elspeth. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, it's really nice. Reminds me of the ranunculus top. I think I'm maybe just about halfway. But it's going to be a little tricky because these foundation stitches, they can stretch a lot more than regular stitches, right? They can really stretch a lot. So you want to make sure that when you measure it, you know, it's best if you lay it flat and measure it and then take the measuring tape around your neck, because you don't want to be stretching it out too much, because then your cardigan might become shorter than you want. Oh, you're making it in brown. Oh, nice. I'm following this Canadian knitter, and she's a big fan of petite knits, knitting patterns. You know, I think she made the whole week of tops. You know, Monday top, Tuesday top, Wednesday top. The Friday and the Sunday, and she's in Denmark right now. But she kept calling it her Scandi trip, so I think she might also be going to Sweden. And she also uses a lot of like muted colors, like, you know, white and beige, and also black, and also bright red, but mostly like beige. And I have to say, it does look really, really nice. I have the I've only followed two patterns of petite knit, but one was her December bow pattern, just a decorative bow, and one was the no frills sweater. But yeah, I really want to make one of her summer tops which has the little collar. I think that's so cute. But first, this cardigan. Can you imagine? I'm casting on something new and already talking about other things. this Saturday there's a wool market very close to where I live. I think it's about half an hour away. It's called the Highland Wool Fest, and a shop is going to be there. I forgot my words. So I visited a shop 2 weeks ago, and they are going to be at the market. And I bought some spinning fiber from them, which I also showed last time, but I'll just show again in case you haven't seen it. It's a really nice braid, lots of colors. And this one as well. This one is really fluffy. What's this? Yeah. So I might buy more. I have so much spinning fiber, but it's so fun. And I really want to get spinning again soon. The Tour de Fleece starts on June 29th, but I might start spinning again before that. Last year I spun the whole sweater quantity that I still have to knit, but it's you can't see it now, but it was the Wool and the Gang really thick yarn, unplied yarn, that I then pulled apart and I spun it. I have another cardigan of that here, so really thick yarn. So I unraveled my other cardigan and I spun all of that, and I really want to do that with this one again. Natasha says, I went to Jouren under the Wool last Saturday. Oh yay! I bought around 700 grams of spinning wool. Yes! All different fibers that I haven't spun before. Ooh! What fibers have you got? I'm curious now. I saw this yarn shop advertising with grizzly bear spinning wool, and I think that was an April Fool's joke, but it's still up on their website and you can purchase it. But it seems like a joke to me. Oh, 100 grams of Welsh sheep, 100 grams of Shetland, oh nice, 290 grams of Flevolandig, and about 200 grams of Romney, oh nice. Yeah, I haven't spun with any of those yet either. I mean, I have knit Shetland wool, but I haven't spun it. Let's see. I'm not allowing myself to buy more. I still have Falkland, Rambouillet, don't know how to pronounce it, Blueface Leicester, Corriedale, Walliser, and 2 big bags of undetermined sheep's wool in my stash. Yeah, that is quite a lot. Ooh, have you ever tried the Craftsy subscription, the videos? They had this I'm beating. They had this, you know, offer of just, I think, like $2 or $3 for a whole year, and I did that once. And they have a whole spinning course. And I'm sure you must know lots of this already, but there was a spinning course on there, and she had lots of different ways of spinning, like the short draw and the long draw, and then different ways of plying. And when I didn't have any, you know, motivation to spin, I just followed their videos to just try out other kinds of spinning, and I found that I really like knitting with handspun yarn that I have plied like really tightly, because when I ply something and then I wash it and the ply gets looser. So I don't know if it's like that always, but so I found out that I really have to ply it like more twisted than I was used to. Oh, you tried yourself. Yeah, so check out check out their Facebook site, because I'm not sure if the offer is on their website. I saw it as a Facebook advertisement. But yeah, for a whole year, and there's also like you know, drawing lessons on there and all kinds of stuff. You know, and then knitting and crochet too, obviously. Okay. So I might be almost there. If some people who are watching are already at the length that they want, what I did is that I did 2 more rows after this without any increases. And that's just so that it sits around your neck a bit more snug. Otherwise it's a bit open. I'm going to take a short bathroom break and then come back. So I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, I'm back. I'm just gonna get my measuring tape. Just gonna put my cardigan on the floor and measure it. Okay, it's 131 centimeters, laid flat. Okay, so I still need to add 30 centimeters. So that is okay, so around 45 more stitches. I'll measure it again. Hello, Rima. How are you? Sometimes the camera just doesn't feel it anymore. So for those of you who just joined, I am starting a new cardigan today, and it is a cardigan of the same pattern that I am wearing right now. It's called the Cruise cardigan. The pattern is not out yet, but hopefully I'll get around to that soon. But it's a very easy recipe style pattern. We are starting with a row of foundation double crochets, and foundation double crochets means that you don't need a row of chain stitches. With foundation double crochets you can just go straight to crocheting your first row. And you have this as well for single crochet, so you have foundation single crochet, foundation half double crochet, basically any crochet stitch. Okay, I'll measure it again. I'll just lay this double and measure it like that. And then it should measure 65 centimeters for me. And again, make sure to not stretch your foundation crochet too much, because it is very stretchy and it will become less stretchy once you add a couple rows to it. Ooh. Okay, so I have 61. So I just need a couple more. Oh, you found the offer. $1.50. Yeah, get that one. Because it's really great, but you have to set like an alarm on your phone for, when the year's almost up, because otherwise it will just, renew, So just make sure that you cancel it after that, because a friend of mine, she forgot about it, and then she had been paying Craftsy $100 a year for 3 years before she found out, and she hadn't even used it after the free trial period, or like after the the cheap period. So that was that stings. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on it, because you can only cancel it by actually emailing them, and then they will say, oh, but you know, we can offer you another year for $20, you know. So you need to ask to cancel it a couple days before at least. Hi Lane! You were live on Twitch. Oh, fun! What are you making? I'm just measuring my first row. Okay, we're at 66. That is 132. So that's 67 actually. Okay, I'm gonna just undo a couple stitches. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. You're making the Vibes Tea by Tiff Nealon. Oh, nice. I know Tiff Nealon, but not the Vibes Tea. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love her colors. You know, I'm a sucker for olive green, but oh, with the hot pink in there, it's really nice. Right. Let me just quickly look up my own pattern. Where did I have that? Google Documents. Right. Okay. So I've just done the very first row of the cardigan, which is just, again, the very first row alongside your neck. Well, not the very first, because here, this is my first row, which, you know, at the beginning when I started this cardigan, it was just very snug to my neck, but after I finished it and with the sleeves, it kind of pulled open a little bit, so I added 3 rows in the other direction, right? But basically, we are now crocheting the first row. I'm doing 2 rows on top of that before starting the increases. I really should just write a little blog post just so that people who are following along can find this, but let's see. Basically, once you have your number of stitches. You do want to count them, because then you can measure exactly half, and from that halfway point, so because I've just laid it double, but it could totally be that it's not the same amount of stitches on each side, right? So you want to be sure that you have the same amount of stitches on each side. And then for my original cardigan, you know, you want to choose however many stitches you want for the back of the neck. And for this cardigan, I did 12 stitches, just to keep it more snug. If you want it to be an open cardigan, like if you wanted to have like a boat neck, you want to add more stitches there. But you know, usually you're fine with less stitches rather than more stitches in the back of the neck. I think I might just write up a short blog post for that, and I'll just continue with my 2 rows. I am wondering if I should do, because I like to crochet in the back loop only or front loop only, so I might just crochet in the front loop here. Because I do like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I think for the row after this, I'm gonna change color. Oh yeah, I'd like to know your channel name as well, Lane. I wonder if knitting live streams are more a thing on Twitch than on YouTube. They're not. Do you get a lot of like visitors who are just like browsing the videos what's live right now and they have no clue what you're doing? Like they might be looking for gaming videos or... Oh, handmade by Lane, okay. I'm only on Twitch for 2 gamers that I follow. One is Point Crow. He did a lot of Zelda videos, and now he's doing a lot of like Pokemon and Mario Kart. and Plumbella, who does sim, like building houses videos in The Sims 4 and The Sims 1, and that was fun. I mostly get people who seem like they want me to talk to them a lot. Okay. Yeah, a lot of Twitch live streams are like mainly chatting. And they do have a younger audience who just chat all the time. I do know that you can stream on Twitch at the same time as on YouTube. So you could do a little experiment. See if it works better on Twitch or on YouTube. At 4 or 5 a.m. my time? Wow. But you're in the US, right? I always think that most of any live streams viewers are mostly US viewers. Or is it just because you like to get up early and stream then? Hi, Soraya. There's no written pattern yet. Well, there is a draft pattern which I've shared with friends, but it's nowhere near good enough to put on my website yet. But I do hope to get it out there soon. I'm realizing now that just doing this on video is probably not enough. So I'll probably get it out sooner rather than later. yeah, I might just send the draft pattern to people who are crocheting along right now. So Chris and Annalena, I think I have both of your email addresses. So I got the draft pattern to you later today, and if anyone else is joining with me today, please just type in a comment and or send me a message on Instagram or Ravelry. Ravelry is probably easier, and then I'll get the draft pattern to you. And if you're able to wait a couple days, I think it will be on my website by next week. That might be wishful thinking, but oh, Lane, my sleep schedule is terrible. Oh no. Well, you know, if you can't sleep, then I also usually just like to get up and do stuff. You're very welcome. No worries. Natasha just started the 6th repeat of the Norwegian fur lace part. Yay! How are you liking this this lace pattern? Miranda says, I was planning to start tonight, but I have enough projects to wait a week. Okay, yeah, because with another couple days, I can probably make it a little bit more coherent and stuff. But, you know, if you want, I can also just send you the draft. I'll just send you the draft, and then you can have a look. And that way it doesn't matter if you haven't looked at it until next week, because hopefully I'll have the proper version out by then. Really nice and easy to follow. Oh, nice. But my personal favorite is the chevron lace part. Yeah, I really like that one as well. Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about using that again in a different pattern because it's just so nice. Upload the proper version so that we can advertise it. Yeah. I'll get on it. I mean, I've already made it. Friends of mine have made it, so yeah. I can just upload it with pictures of this one. Oh, it's almost 12. I want to keep crocheting. Then people can find the pattern on your website. Yay! Yeah, I really want to update the rabbit hole cardigan as well, which is basically, it's this pattern but with granny stripe. But the difference is that with that one, I'm giving you a set amount of stitches to start with. But then for some people it's long, for some people it's cropped. So I really want to update that one with instructions on how you can make it longer. How is there cat hair in my yarn already? Okay, so just so you know a little bit of how the pattern goes, I'll show you the increases. It's 5 double crochets in 1 stitch, right? And then for the next row you do the 5 double crochets in the middle of those 5 stitches, right? So if we have an increase of 5 stitches, the middle one, so the third one, that's where you crochet all of your 5 stitches into for the next one, right? That's how with double crochets, 5 double crochets in 1 gets you a 90-degree corner. So that's how we do the shoulder increases. So we do that for each shoulder. See, I have one here and the other one here. And then the stitches in between that, didn't I say I did 12 stitches? That is not 12. This is 12. Oh, 12 on each side. Maybe? Yeah. No? Yeah, I did 24 stitches in between the increases. So 24 stitches for fingering weight yarn. 15 centimeters. You really just have to measure the width of your neck. Yeah, that is 15 for me. Wait, I just need to measure my neck. And then take half. 33, 34, that's 17. Yeah, so you probably took around half of my neck. 15 stitches on this one, 15 centimeters on this one. How can that be more? Oh, because this is stretched out. See, I really just need to write it down properly. Yeah, I'll make that my priority for this afternoon. Right, one more thing. I'm going to be changing colors a lot. And when I change colors, I like to just fasten off this piece. And instead of doing 3 chains and then continuing with the double crochets, I like to do a standing double crochet. And for a standing double crochet, instead you hold the yarn to your crochet hook, and instead of yarn over 1 time, you yarn over 2 times. You insert into the stitch, and then you crochet a double crochet as normal. And for the last one, you're using up that extra yarn over. That's usually, you know, if you're doing a double crochet, you yarn over. See, there's 2 loops on your hook, and that's why if you start with a standing double crochet, that's why you need 2 yarn overs. See? So that's what I usually do if I am changing color at the start of a row with crochet. Right. Right, so I will make it a priority to send out the draft pattern today. If you're watching on the replay and you'd like to have the draft pattern as well, send me a message on Ravelry. My username is Caramelletje. I'll just pop it in the chat. So if you're watching on the replay, hopefully you can see it as well. Caramelletje. Yeah, but you might be able to find my designer page and then message me through there. Right, and I hope to have a proper pattern on my website next week. Yeah, or available in some form. And I will be back on Tuesday. Let me just double check. 28th. Yeah, that date doesn't ring a bell, so I should be available on Tuesday. Right. It's lunchtime here, and I'm very hungry. So I'm ending the live stream here. I'm grabbing some lunch, and then I hope to see you next week on Tuesday, where I will be continuing this cardigan, and I might be showing you my new purchases from the Highland Wool Fest this Saturday. Thank you so much. Thank you, Verena. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great weekend ahead of you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.